Good morning YouTube, Tula here, and today I have a lot of birds to show you, a lot of sketches of birds, and I kept the bad ones along with the better ones. This obsession with birds started a few months ago. I'm not even sure about the time, when a little grey tit got into our house. And when I picked it up and wanted to release it outside, it just jumped from my hands to my shoulder and then to my back, and it wasn't in any hurry to leave. It seemed so curious to look at me and to understand what I am. Maybe I don't know. It was wonderful. And so I tried to draw some great tits. And I love curious poses when the head is tilting. So those are the ones I try to make mostly. And sometimes the drawings are based on pictures. Sometimes they're from my imagination. Sometimes I use the picture just to understand the leg position, and then I tilt the head or the body. These are some pigeons, again looking for the curious poses. Hope you can see the pencil with a little light. Okay, so grooming. And then the Sylvia Curruca, the lesser whitethroat, is a warbler, and I've been noticing them for a really long time, but I had no idea what. Let's see if I can darken this. Can you see better now? So it's a tiny bird with white and greys, brownish greys, and I got really obsessed with this bird. It's so small, and it was really difficult to see exactly what it looks like, because they kept jumping around whenever I noticed them. And I just went into the internet and started looking at all the birds in Israel. Okay, this is the better page. This is what it started like. I wondered if I can make birds with a few brush strokes, and I didn't care about the colors. And when I added some ink details, or pencil, they started looking slightly better. Well, I told you I'll show you the good and the bad. Actually, here I have a few that I like. I think this one's sweet. This is a baby, a chick. I can tell by the beak, which is more yellow, and I think this one's alright. And they're so small. I think this is the real size. Tiny birds. So anyway, there are Sylvia Curruca, which is a lesser whitethroat. And then I wrote myself, I have some notes. I wrote here that you should look up John Moyerlow's. If anybody doesn't know him yet, I think you should. He's one of the most incredible teachers I have encountered. I only see him on YouTube, you know, through the website, and I also have his book that I bought. And he has an incredible ability to explain and to simplify. He's a nature journaling teacher, so he can teach you about plants and landscapes and animal drawing. So I was watching one of his tutorials. Not everyone is successful. I decided to leave my mechanical pencil and try colored pencils that have in a way it's more free to draw with them for me. And then this little guy came along. Doesn't matter what it says around here. And I really enjoyed the colors, and I took it to Photoshop and Illustrator and did some editing, and I really liked the effects I was getting. So this is the result of this little bird sketch that you saw. This is what I've done with it. I drew some branches in the same colors, and I really love how it came out. What I did here is I cleaned the background, I accentuated the colors a bit in Photoshop, and I also sent it to Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and made a vector shape out of the sketches. And what I like about that is that the pencil strokes are accentuated, and I actually love the effect. And in the result, I have both the original sketch and the vectorized version, one on top of the other. So I get a bit of both. And I added some texture in the background, as you can see. I love how it came out. I did a whole bunch. You saw all the birds. Each one of them got the same treatment to see which one I like and which I might use. And if you're interested to know the process of how I do that, I will be very happy to share it. I don't know if you're interested in the writing, the drawing, the painting, the digital part. I would love to get some feedback about that. Okay, let's get back to the original video. And I decided I don't have to try to make it perfect. Having a sketchy look is just fine. There's more. There's a lot more. This is actually from yesterday. It's the last of the bunch. There is no such picture. Oh, that's it. Last ones. So, Sylvia Curruca. And I think I have a lot of them by now, but I want to try just one more. This is actually nice. The sketchy ones, they have often, not always, they have the quickness of movements manages to capture something that is hard to capture otherwise for me. Not sure which one we should go with. Oh, I know. I can try this pose on the vertical branch that I started with. These guys. But I'll make it into a Sylvia Curruca. In these colors that I have here. So I'll keep this page on the side. And and this is what I want to talk about. Don't know if I can write and talk at the same time. I'll try. Wait, where's my sketch? Put it maybe on this side here. So for the while I was drawing all these birds, it was a real struggle for me because I've been in analytical mode lately and not creative. I find that I have two completely different modes. Either I'm very creative and then I can't program or code, for example, something about the logical process doesn't work at all. It's like never mind. And the other way around, I've been doing websites lately and I'm not a professional coder. I know bits, I know how to get what I want, but it takes me a long time, and there is a part of me that enjoys it, of course, but it was so hard to move out of coding and into creating. I think it might be easier the other way around, to get into the analytical mode. And I would love to hear if you have that contrast in you. A lot of times they work together for me, the analytical, logical, problem-solving part and the creative one. Like I think with mandalas they work, and I've also noticed that writing calligraphy is a good in-between step for me, going from analytical to creative. I would love to hear your thoughts about this, if you have anything you want to share. Let's start with the bird. So I am following John Muirlaw's recommendation of creating the general shape, and you should watch his video. Maybe I'll link the video about the birds, which is I can't remember from when it is, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm not looking at any picture now. I've got my little sketches here and they will be my reference. And after drawing so many of these little birds, I feel like I know more or less how they look, and I'm not trying to depict one. So let's say this is an imaginary bird. So I'll have this angle of the back and then the head, and I can make it look over here to the side, so the body will be here on the branch, and I think it will be nice to have it surprise looking. And birds have this little dent that it's like a downward mouth. That's how I think of it, that I find sweet. And I think it gives them the right look. And the eye is fairly close to it, for the Sylvia Curruca anyway. And then they have this like lids, not lids, circle that is surrounding the eyeball, that for the Sylvia Curruca is white on the bottom part. And there's this dark areas. I hope you can see my sketch. And I want to try to remember to be loose. Okay, now I want to find the center of the body, because the head is tilted sideways and up. So the center of the body will be here. There's always this little area where you can see the feathers coming together. And okay, now let's look at the little body here. I think I see a feather here. A feather, a wing, sorry, but I'll keep it for later. And we have one leg that is close to the body and hugging the branch, something like this. And we always have the bottom nail curling up. And the other leg is coming from here, and it's going this way. 3 fingers, toes, and 1 from the back. And this will be my branch. Let's make it a little longer. Alright, now, no, wait. Not happy with the tummy here. Okay. Is better. And okay, now I want to color the back. The Sylvia Curruca, they have dark grey or brownish greys on the head and the back, and also the wings and the tail, and the fluffy tummy is white or beigeish. And I'm really trying not to get into being exact, because that will get me into trouble. Okay, I think this is good enough for this part. I will try to be exact with the eye and the beak. Let's see. Please don't let me lose you when I'm zooming in. Let's get this lighter again. Are we good? Let me stop and make sure that the focus is alright. Okay, this is better. Now I'll start with the eye. And here I am being exact. The eye is brown. Sometimes it looks black, but sometimes you can see the iris inside. And I noticed that in the highlight a lot of times I can see the shadow of the lashes. If they have lashes, I see it in the photos. Okay, now let's give it some color. And my dark brown. I'm keeping the highlight. Okay. Let's add some shadow so that the eye has the feeling that it's so rounded, that it's a real wet ball in there. Okay, now there's this circle around. And sometimes you see more of it and sometimes less, depending on the position of the bird. And it has it's like scaly. Right, now for the beak we have this downturn. And the nostril, maybe here. And they eat berries and insects, so the beak is elongated so that they can catch the insects. Okay, this is good enough for now. Now let's get rough again. Let's do the oh yeah, this is liberating. Add some fluff and shadow at the same time. And okay. And some So what did I want to talk about? This is the ear patch from what I've learned, and some Sylvia Currucas have it darker than the color of the head and back. This I might take out, not sure. Okay, now Let's do some outlining here. I'm reminding myself to be loose. Not sure what's going on here. When I don't think that I'm going to make one perfect bird, but create sketches, there's something quite liberating about it, and I'm not as hard on myself with the result. Okay, this is enough. And let's add another color to this, maybe some dark. And add some lines for the scaly look. Okay. To add to the mess, some purple as well. Okay. Okay, this is my bird. I think it's done. What do you think? It's alright. I'll clean up these lines in Photoshop. I think the most important part is to get the eye, and I really like this line of the beak, and the posture should look realistic, like a bird can do this. Do you think I advanced? Where shall I put it? It's nice to see progress. So I think I will stop here, and maybe I'll talk about the things I want to talk about in another video. Okay, so this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you are having a good day. Bye bye. Oh, and please like and subscribe, of course, if you are interested. Thank you so much. Bye.